Hello.
Yeah, hi Narsimha.
Can you just give me
Yeah, I can listen.
just give me a second.
Yeah.
Can you just give me a second, okay?
Okay, okay.
Hey Albert, can you hear me now?
Yeah,
All right. Yeah, sorry about that.
no problem. Sorry, I also joined a bit late. No.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's get started. So, thanks for taking up this time. And first of all, let me introduce myself. Myself is Narsimha, and I was founder and CEO at Public Wi. And
Okay.
Public Wi was recently acquired by Versa. Right. So as you know, Versa has like two big products already. So one is like a Telehunt, so serving personalized new serving platform, and Josh, short video platform. Now Public Wave is a new product to the family. So here at Public Wave, we are trying to build hyperlocal social network platform
Okay.
to connect the people in your locality and share what's happening around them with people within their locality.
Okay.
So that's what we are going to build in phase two. But currently we're in phase one. As per the phase one, we are trying to build hyperlocal video platform to serve instant hyperlocal videos starting from village level across India.
Okay.
So currently we are active in 7 states, and we'll be getting on to 5 more states by the end of this year. Having said that, so by end of this year we'll be covering almost like a 65 to 70% of location from India.
Okay.
And right now we have 5 million app downloads just on public web app alone. And then we are trying to make it as big as Daily Hunt and Josh in the next few months.
Okay.
So before starting public web, so I was in the US for close to 10 years. I was with Yahoo and LinkedIn. So then started a startup with 5 member team around 5 years ago. And we were like 70 member team by the time when we were acquired by Versailles. And right now we are almost like more than we are like more than 200 member team who are working for public web product alone. So as we are trying to scale, as we are trying to onboard like a huge number of users, so this is where we are trying to make our engineering team super strong with good talent. So that's where we are trying to hire senior software engineers for our platform engineering.
Okay.
So that's pretty much about the product organization, myself, and the kind of role and the kind of hiring what we are actually doing here at Versa. Yeah.
Okay.
So I would like to hear more about your profile and your past experiences, and then I have one or two questions. Then we can conclude the discussion.
Okay. So, I have. I'm a BTech software engineer, pass out of Guru Ghasidas University. It's a central university, and after passing out from there, I had also cleared GATE exam with 99.59 percentile, as well as I also participated. I also cleared the South Asia regionals for ACM ICPC. So after that, I got opportunity to work with DirectEye. So instead, I had options to join IIT Bombay for MTech, but I didn't did that. I started my career as a software developer in No, direct media.net. So there I worked for more than a year, and then due to some family problems and my interest also was there to work in my family business. Then I went back home, and I was involved in my family business for a few years. Okay, and apart from that, I was also doing online freelancing jobs. I was doing to keep in touch with the software field. Uh, so yeah, that was what I was doing back then. And after some time, I realized that I should return back to the IT field as most of my family issues were resolved. So then I went back to Bangalore, and then I joined a company named Tricon Infotech. After that, worked there for a while, and then I got an opportunity, means in Wakefit, and the COVID situation also arose at that time. So I came back home, and I was working from home in Wakefit. And since past 1.5 year, I have been working in Wakefit as a software engineer, backend software engineer. So the primary tech stacks which I have, so total experience I have around 3.5 years of experience uh, of from my pass out of April 2016. I passed out in April 2016 till date. I have like 3.5 years of experience, and there are a couple of gaps in between. Okay, so that's pretty much about my career, and the technology stacks which I have worked on is Python, Django, Java, uh, and uh, in Java I have also worked with this framework Spring Boot, and in DBs I have worked like MySQL, MongoDB, and yeah, these I have worked on, and that's pretty much about me. Yeah. Narsima. Yeah. You're on mute. You're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah. All right. Got it. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay.
All right. So you work with Tricon for May, June, July, August.
Yeah, yeah.
So four
Actually,
months.
after that also I went back home due to food poisoning issue. There I had a food poisoning issue, and the PG
Okay.
I was living in a boys PG, so
Mm-hmm.
there I had a food poisoning issue, and then my parents called me back. I thought of like starting a different tiffin service or something other mess, different mess, or I'll eat outside. Something I thought, but my parents told that come back, try to find a opportunity close to home. So that's what they were expecting. So that is why I went back home.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So in your current organization at Wakefield, okay.
Yeah,
So basically, you are building the email alerting system,
yeah,
etc.,
if,
for a period of 3 months.
yeah. That is
And
not means I haven't properly written in my resume. Yeah, email alerting system. Not 3 months it took. Means I have roughly I have given a time duration. Means I did lot of other things as well parallelly. Not that was not the only task. That was a major task, and apart from that, I was doing other things also.
what are you doing?
Means
Other
minor
than
tasks
that,
like changing a couple of some new product has been added. So I add the item SKUs in the DB, then like update few things, sort of small tasks. So like every time a new product is added in our pool, so we have to update that in the DB app, make their entry, and new product launch is done. So lot of things are to be done. So
but why you guys are the engineers, right? So why are you guys adding those entries? So you must have some business team or somebody else to add those products, right?
yeah, we don't have a front end enabled thing for that. Okay,
Okay.
so DB we manual we write SQL queries, and then we push it. Not only SQL queries, Some APIs also needs to be integrated for, like, if it's a like what I can tell you, like suppose a cot is being added, okay, bed, okay, so wooden bed like have some other features. So for that, if we need some other new API, so that API also needs to be built.
Okay, got it. And would you want to move out of Wavekit right now?
Uh, for better compensation, primarily I would say, because compensation is they are not giving up to the market. This is one reason, and other is like mm, I would like to explore more, work in a different startup, and learn new things. Pretty bored with the things which I do over here. It's pretty much repetitive actually. I'd say I'm not doing anything different. I just want to explore more. That's it. And primary reason is like the compensation factor.
Understand.
Mm.
Got it. And you are working from the past 1 year, right? 1.2 years.
Hmm.
So here at Wavekit,
Hmm.
right? So you said like you worked on some email alerting system and then you are working on few ad hoc reports. But what is the tech stack there
Django Python.
and what else?
Django Python. That's it. That is the backend. Front end is React. I also have worked in React also little bit.
Mhm.
The Google Maps integration I did in React.
Okay. Okay. And where do you store the data?
MySQL only.
Any other data stores?
No, we are using MySQL only. And for cache, we have Redis.
Okay. How do you fill cache from MySQL?
Simple Django query is there. Get and put cache is there. Fetch cache is there. But that's it. One liner query is there to like set the cache with a key with a timeout. There will be a timeout. So once the timeout is over, the key will expire.
Mhm. Okay. So basically, you are actually filling the cache when you are actually pulling it from DB or you are actually pushing it to cache.
So if the first time the query is run, then it will be fetched from the DB and stored in the cache. Okay, and the next time when it is run, and whenever it is set in put into the cache, it is set put in with a timeout time stamp. Okay, timeout time. So once the timeout time expires, the key expires. Okay, so it deletes from the cache. Then again we have to fetch from the DB. But if
What is the data structure that you are using
data
to
structure,
store the time? Yeah.
what data structure to store the cache data?
Yes. Cache data. Yeah.
So anything we can use now. We can use objects, we can use SQL rows, anything we can create.
No, no. My question is in Redis, like what is the data structure that you guys are using?
Key value pair.
Key value pair is the
Ob-
type of storage, right?
yeah.
So my question here is like, what is the data structure that you guys are using to store those key value pairs?
That I don't know. I simply use Redis to store key value pairs. What data structure it uses internally, that I don't know. Means I have to Google it. That's it. I don't know the internal working of, means how Redis stores it. That I don't know. Means the internal working of it I don't know. Key value pairs I store. Means data structure. oh, uh, in the programming thing I know. Means like lists we can make dictionaries, we can make objects, and list we can make, yeah, queues we can use, linked list we can use. So these things we can use, and by key value pair we can store it in the cache. Now what inside the cache, what data structure they cache Redis is using, that I don't know.
So, for example, and what is the kind of Redis? So, are you guys using Redis cluster or master slave?
Master slave means
Okay,
master only we are using on in one node only we are running.
one node cluster.
Yeah.
Okay, and basically, how do you manage reads and writes if it is one node cluster?
Uh, yes, at the same time if read and write happens.
Yeah, so let's say for example, when you end up in uh, having like if you have like a more number of reads, right, write into the same machine, so definitely that's not going to scale.
Yes.
So what do you do in that case?
So then we do go for horizontal scaling. Like
Okay, so horizontal scaling. Let's say for example, till how long you want to do the horizontal scaling?
till it matches the requirements.
But is that the right way?
Means we can use a load balancer and do horizontal scaling. That's what the usual standard is, I think.
But the horizontal scaling is very costly, right?
Yeah, very costly.
Then what do you know? What do you want to go for it when there are like better ways to do it?
So what are the better ways? I don't know. I haven't worked on scaling systems. Okay, to be honest. Why would I?
Okay.
I haven't worked on scaling systems, so I don't know much about it. Means so what answer you were expecting?
Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out if you can come up with any better ways of handling the Redis cache. Anyhow, so okay, Redis use and DB user like MySQL, right?
Hmm.
Got it. So let's say, for example, okay, let's start with a basic question. So, what is the difference between left outer join and inner join?
Left outer join means the left side, whatever table is there in the left side, after joining everything, if there are some rows left which doesn't matches with the on whichever set of columns we are making the join, okay, based on those conditions, if it doesn't matches those columns, then still it will appear in the rows in the resultant row for the left table only. Means the common ones plus the extra ones which are not common to the right one.
Okay. So let's say, for example, if I have m records in table A and n records in table B, in left outer join, what are the minimum and maximum that I can get?
Minimum you can get is left outer join, na? Left outer
Mm.
join minimum you can get as uh, m and n you have, na? And m and n can be anything. Hello.
Anything, yeah, anything. M means like any, and n. So what are the minimum number of rows and what are the maximum number of rows that I can expect?
Okay, minimum number of rows you can expect as uh, min uh, minimum number of rows would be m, and maximum number of rows would be uh, maximum number would be how much? N. Okay. Just a second. Minimum rows would be M because all entries would come, and maximum would also be all entries should come. Yeah, minimum and maximum will be equal only. M.
Got it.
Yeah.
So let's say, for example, I'm giving you a list one. Okay, I'm just pinging the list over here.
Okay.
I'm just giving you a list over here. Okay. So let's say, for example, if I want to find element 8
Hmm.
in this list,
Hmm.
how do you find it?
Binary search.
Okay. And what is the time complexity?
Log n.
Okay. And why binary search?
Because it's very fast for a sorted list.
Okay. So is there any better way than login?
Is there
Even you
is
worked with
there
Elasticsearch also, right, before?
what?
You worked with Elasticsearch also, right, before?
Yeah, yeah,
And that was almost like 3-4 years back.
yeah.
So do you know how can we update records in Elasticsearch?
I don't remember. Sorry. Yeah, it's a simple query. I think by running a query.
Okay.
So that would change the all the. Actually, Elasticsearch prepares a inverted uh, text inverted index na for all the words.
Hmm.
Okay, so that all the inverted index will be changed once we update it. So it's a pretty means complex process. The update query in Elasticsearch.
Okay. And what is the team size in your current organization?
Current team size is 12 people around.
12 people engineering team completely.
No, not complete. Complete engineering team is complete engineering huge. 70, 80 people, I think.
Okay. And these 12 people, like
We
what are the roles and responsibilities?
so we do the sync up means almost alternate days, and our manager like gives us task and we tell what's the update. So we are individual contributors, but sometimes like two people are given the same task. Sometimes we contribute with uh, together with someone.
And when you said like you are working on the ad hoc tasks, right? So that you said like you have like a 12-member team, and in the last 14 months. So one is like a email thing, another one is like you are actually working on ad hoc requests actually. So what about the other team? So what are the kind of projects that they
No,
are working
I
on?
have
How do
also
you?
got a lot of other works after the email alerting system as well. Actually, new warehouses were implemented. So I did the task for like 14, 15 new warehouses. So everything means from dispatch to delivery, the how the means um, calculation of estimated delivery date, the choosing of the warehouse, then the logistic partner choosing done. Everything I also implemented, wrote those codes. So that was also a pretty long task. So those things was done. Then also and in the product details page I also worked. So in that I worked on the estimated delivery date calculation thing. Okay. So estimated delivery date calculation was like a good one, I would say. So there were a lot of things to consider, and few exceptional cases were there which we used to fetch from DB. So there were some exceptional cases, so that we don't need to calculate. So we directly fetch from the DB and show it.
Understand. So let's say, for example, I have a task that I want to perform, and I need to span multiple threads to perform the task.
Multiple,
Assume like
multiple
yes, threads.
threads. Okay, okay,
Assume like I'm launching like a 10 different threads to perform the task.
okay.
Let's call it as task A.
Hmm.
Now I want to perform task B.
Hmm.
I want to kick off task B only after the completion of all 10 threads of task A. So that means task A, I'm actually executing in parallel.
Yeah.
And after the completion of all 10 threads successfully, only then I want to pick up task B.
Okay. So this is like thread joining, I would say. In Java, I know this. In Python, I don't know, but in Java, I know this. I've done this. Like I used to spawn, like I used to do parallel downloading of few things. Okay.
Mhm.
So like a few set of files I have to download parallelly. Then once the whole set is complete, then only I go for the next set. So that way I used to download. This one I have done.
How do you do that?
Means
How do you do this in Java?
I used to merge all the threads. Whatever threads I spawned, I merge them
Mhm.
at another point, and once they merge, then only the code proceeds.
Okay,
I don't remember the syntax, but I know yeah how I did it. Yeah, the syntax also I can Google and I can you know.
that's okay. All right. So let's say, for example, I'm giving you two sorted arrays,
Hmm.
list one and list two. Both are sorted.
Hmm.
Now I want to perform union of list one and list two.
Hmm.
How can I do it?
So we will keep one pointer at each position. The union will also be a sorted array, na?
Sorted arrays.
So we'll keep one pointer at each position and keep on checking. This is simply the merge sort merge algorithm. In merge sort, there is one merge algorithm. Algorithm is there, code segment which merges both the sorted results.
Mhm.
So this is what you are asking. So that's similar to that only. We'll make keep two pointers and check which one is smaller and keep them adding into the bucket and move the pointer one.
So let's say, yeah. So let's say, for example, here, assume like, and what is the time complexity here, by the way, before jumping onto the follow-up question, what is the time complexity
N
here?
n m plus n linear time.
Okay. Okay. So now the thing is, let's say, for example, this order of m plus n, assume it's taking like 2 minutes
Hmm.
to process a billion elements in L1.
Hmm.
Okay. And I'm just giving you some hypothetical numbers over here. I assume like I have list one with billion elements and list two with 10 million elements.
Hmm.
Okay. So now when I'm trying to do L1 union L2, assume like it's taking like 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Okay. But I want to bring down this time to at least like 30 seconds.
Okay. So what we can do,
Mhm.
uh, one element will start from each end. Okay. Then we'll do a binary search. Okay,
Mhm.
in the above one.
Mhm.
And if we found a index, okay, binary search, and this binary search won't be a search for the key only. This will be all the elements less than or equal to that key.
Okay.
So this type of means you can say uh, bisect, left bisect, I would say.
Okay.
So we'll do a left bisect search. So left bisect search would provide us the index which such that all elements are less than that key. Okay. So one either of the one will give us this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we will keep in mind of the previous index, and from the previous index to the new found index, we'll directly copy paste all the elements.
Okay, but how are you reducing the time here? The then order of amplitude.
I'm storing only the indexes. From what index to what index the new sorted array is there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not storing the whole all the numbers in a new array. This will also reduce the memory thing also.
No, no. So memory is okay. So memory is not a
Okay,
concern for
ठीक है,
me.
not a
So
problem.
time is the
Not a
concern.
problem. So uh, I will only store the indexes. So this first index and then what next after that. So I will skip multiple indexes in between. Because suppose in one list if 1 3 4 6 7 this way the number is there, and another list starts from 9. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
1 and then index 8, index of 1 and index of 8 will be stored, then again index of 9 will be stored. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
this way.
And what is the time complexity here?
This will be less than big of n. I can't say exactly how much it will be, but less than big of n.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but at the end of the day, I want to print the complete list of
Yeah, we can print that. Printing will
okay,
take
but
big
when you
of
are
n.
trying to
Printing will take big of n. That we can't reduce.
the, my question is at the end of the day, it's not solving the problem, right?
No, so how, if there are n elements, how can you print them in less time? Means at,
That's what my question. So the thing is,
acha,
so at the end of the day, I'm giving you like two lists,
okay.
right? So the algorithm what you mentioned was like the time complex over there is like order of amplitude.
Hmm.
Okay, order of amplitude to create a new list. Okay,
Okay.
which is nothing but sorted array list. Forget about the printing part,
Okay.
right? I need a new list, and that list must be in a sorted order.
Yeah.
The time complexity is order of amplitude, and assume like that's taking like 2 minutes. Now I want to bring down this time to at least like 30 seconds.
At least 30 seconds or 2 30 seconds.
At least 30, 30.
Means 1 minute 30 seconds. Total time would be 1 minute 30 seconds. Na?
Total time would be 30
It's a
seconds.
total,
30.
total time 30 seconds. From 2 minutes to 30, maybe 1/4 you are doing.
Yeah.
So you're reducing the time to 1/4.
One fourth or even less, whatever basically, but it, yeah.
Okay. So that is only coming in my binary search one, which I told you. But we will get the resultant array, means we will get the resultant array's indexes only. Okay. And to find the actual array, we have to do a linear search in that through that index only. That's what I'm saying.
Got it. And which version of MySQL are you guys using?
12, I think. No, I don't remember. So sorry, not 12. 12 is Oracle. I have to Google. Okay, yeah. Latest one, I would say. 6, I think 6 is there, na? Which one was the latest? I don't remember.
Okay, that's okay. Let's say, for example, I want to build a replication service across two MySQL instances.
Okay.
So that keeps copying data from one machine to the other machine. So how can we design this?
Replication server.
Replication service.
Okay. which keeps copying data from one server to another.
Right.
Okay. So like we can create a socket connection between
Mm-hmm.
we can create a master slave architecture or a cluster out of it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and we will create
Mm-hmm.
socket connections. So whenever anything is added to the master one, the replication is
Mm-hmm.
automatically propagated to the slaves. That's what we can do. Actually, I haven't worked in any such thing like that before, so I don't have much idea. So I'm just guessing. So this is what I can do.
Okay. And you work with MongoDB also, right?
Little bit means personally I have worked. I haven't worked in any project.
And where did you use and how did you use MongoDB and where did you use
I was
MongoDB?
just playing with it. What is MongoDB and key value pair database and NoSQL thing. So just I was checking it out. Elasticsearch I have done used
Mm-hmm.
as you with Java. Elasticsearch with Java.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Any experience with the REST services?
The REST services so I have, APIs so I build very oftenly I build.
Okay. In Java?
No, very frequently I build. Sorry. In Java, तो ये Java micro ये Spring Boot I have used to build,
Mm-hmm.
but that one is not so. I did that long back actually. In Python, I have recently I have did lots of APIs I have written.
Mm-hmm. Got it. Any experience with okay, you said like Elasticsearch, and other than Elasticsearch and MongoDB, like do you have any experience with uh, other data stores, like for example, Hive or
Hadoop,
RDBMS?
Hadoop I have also used in my previous company long back in Media.net, first company. Hadoop. Hadoop is similar to MySQL only. Means we can create lot of meaningful information out of it. Apart from that,
Would you think Hadoop is faster?
yeah, Hadoop is faster.
Why?
They have a Hadoop distributed file system. They have a lot of means it is built to handle very large scale data.
But do you know why it is faster?
It has its own distributed file system. I don't know. No.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. Okay. And any hands-on with managing the infra? So infra as in like Azure, AWS, and so on.
No.
Got it. All right, Albert. So I think like I covered like most of my questions. So do you have any questions for
So
me?
how was my interview? Means you like my experience and everything.
Yeah, I mean the thing is like at least like I could sense that um, mm, you are a quick learner. That is something that I could sense. But yeah, so I mean scale right. So I mean
Means you are the
we are
founder, right?
crossing like a
You are
billions
the
of.
founder, right? So I can ask you. So whether you like wanna take me or not. With other employees, so they like say that talk to the HR. You can say that.
No, no, it's not
Okay.
like that actually. So let's say for example, even if I'm a founder, so at the end of the day, so I mean, even I'm not a believer in that,
Okay.
right? So basically, when we are hiring somebody, like if it is going through a team, so at the end of the day, decision has to be a collective decision, right? So let's say, for example, I may be biased in few ways, right? But other way may be liking it or may not be liking it. So that's the reason why, like at the end of the day, we want to leave it to the HR. So HR is the one who actually collate all the feedback. But at the end of the day, like when we are hiring also, right? The way that we see is very pretty simple. Let's say, for example, what are the things that we have in place, so that the guy can come in and start executing the things, right? So more than like let's say, for example, what he knows that and this, like that's what we primarily look after. Right. Having said that, so I really can't say like either yes or no
Okay.
actually, but it has to go through this actually.
Okay, okay, no problem. And how's the work-life balance in
Um,
pub
I mean, overall,
public?
like
What was the name of the company? Public.
our
Public Vibe.
organization name is Versailles,
Yeah, Versailles I know.
right?
Versailles acquired
But
Public Vibe, na? Yeah.
correct,
Okay. Okay. Cool.
public web is the
Okay.
product,
Okay.
right? I mean, basically, I mean, at least like it's been like a few months since I become part of Versailles,
Achha.
right? I am finding it like very good. So especially when you ask me about the work-life balance, right? At the end of the day, whether you're delivering it or not, that's what matters a lot.
Okay. And will it be a full-time remote? Can you guys like flexible to remote
No, no.
office? We need to come.
So whenever we start, so must come to office. It's not like permanent remote.
So when you guys are starting? You have any idea? Maybe next year or
No, definitely we'll be starting in a few months. So for sure.
actually, if possible, means for my side, actually we have a family team group going on at around March,
Mhm.
first week of March we are going out. So till that time or after that only will happen. Before that or after that? Before first.
Even I'm not
Acha,
sure.
acha.
Even I'm not sure.
Okay, okay,
So till how long and when is it going to start and
okay,
etc. But yeah, so the thing is like I mean at the end of the day, so the organization really cares about employees actually. So employees' health is first, right? But at the end of the day, once everything settled down, so definitely, so work from home is not a, I mean, remote is not a permanent option, right? So when the business demands, yes, so team should show up in
so
office.
Bangalore, in Bangalore is the office, no?
Bangalore or Hyderabad.
Bangalore.
So basically, so the public web, most of the team here in Hyderabad, so the public web team, but at the same time, like we have the teams over there also, like anything works. So not specifically, not particularly,
Okay, we can choose.
either
We can
Bangalore
choose
or
any
Hyderabad.
location.
Yeah, correct.
Cool, cool. ठीक है.
And where are you based,
West
brother?
Bengal, Durgapur.
Not nice. All right, so all right, Albert. So any other questions for me?
Uh, and how frequently team meeting happens with the founder, with the
Team
founder, with the
meeting.
founder, and
So basically, one thing is like, as you know, it just comes, right? So daily stand-ups, right? And then basically with the founders interaction means, so there are not specific time slots
अच्छा
actually,
अच्छा.
right? So founder is always available to discuss with the team, share their thoughts, ideas, and etc. So basically, there's no particular slot actually. So it's almost like, I mean, let's say for example, if you take me as an example, so from the public web standpoint of view, I'll be interacting with the engineering team daily
Okay, okay. Got it.
throughout the day.
Okay, Narasimha, got it. ठीक है. Thank you.
All right, thanks,
Okay,
Albert.
bye.